I was tightening the strap on my son's headgear in the corner of a middle school gym when the 11-year-old sitting next to us slid off the bench and said, "Dad, I can't feel my fingers." His father didn't look up from his phone. "You can feel your fingers." The boy's name was Toby. I knew that much because his dad had been yelling it across the warm-up mats for 2 hours. He was pale in a way that isn't normal for a kid, gray around the mouth, and he was still wearing a plastic sauna suit under his hoodie in a gym that had to be 80 degrees. I said, "Hey, is he okay?" The dad turned around. "He's fine. He's making weight." Toby's hands were curled up toward his wrists like he couldn't open them. "My legs keep locking up." "That's cramping." "Everybody cramps." His dad shoved a spit bottle at him. "You don't drink anything until after weigh-ins. You know that. I haven't drank anything since yesterday. And whose fault is that? You were 2.5 pounds over Thursday. 2.5. I take off work. I drive us 4 hours. I pay the entry fee. I pay for the private lessons. And you eat pizza at a birthday party." Toby's eyes were wet. "I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. Be at 84. He made the boy do jumping jacks in the corner in the sauna suit. I watched an 11-year-old try to jump and half of them didn't get off the ground. Then Toby threw up. There wasn't much in him. Mostly it was just his body trying. A tournament official walking past stopped. "Does he need medical?" The dad was up instantly with the biggest, warmest smile I've ever seen on a person. "Nerves. First time at regionals. He's a puker." He was already wiping the floor with a towel before the guy could answer. When the official walked off, he crouched down next to his son, and I heard every word. "You are going to walk out on that mat, and you are going to win, or I swear to God we are having a very different conversation in the car." I said, "Sir, something is actually wrong with him." He looked at me like I'd spit on him. "Worry about your own kid. He's 0-2 today." Toby tried to stand up for his match. He got about 4 steps. Then his legs went out from under him, and he went down face first, no hands, and the sound his head made on that floor is something I still hear. I ran. I found the head official at the scorer's table, and I told him a kid was dying in the west corner, and he needed to come now. He got there before I did. He crouched down, and I watched his face change. "He's not tracking. Somebody call 911 right now." The dad was already shouting about how the boy was fine. He'd bumped his head, get him some water, and he'd be up. The official, a guy in his 60s with a whistle around his neck, said, without looking at him, "You need to stop talking." Toby was gone by ambulance in under 10 minutes. My wife stayed with our son. I followed because I couldn't just go back to bracket sheets after that. At the hospital, a doctor asked the dad how long the boy had been restricting fluids. "Since Friday morning, 30 hours maybe." A nurse standing there actually said, "You're joking. It's a weight class. That's the sport." They came out about an hour later. Acute kidney injury, rhabdomyolysis, and a potassium level the doctor described as not compatible with exercise. He said if that child had wrestled a full 6-minute match under those lights, his heart very likely would have stopped on the mat. The dad said, "He's cut weight 10 times. He's never had a problem." The doctor said, "He was dark brown urinating this morning. You saw that?" He didn't answer. That was the answer. CPS came that evening. They took my statement, and the tournament had the whole corner on camera because there's a video table 2 mats over. The dad refused to say anything without a lawyer, and then he found me in the hallway. "You did this. You couldn't mind your business." I said, "You almost killed your son over a $9 medal." He looked around the waiting room for somebody, anybody, to be on his side. It was a room full of parents. Not one person moved. I heard the rest secondhand over that spring. The state association banned him from every affiliated event. Toby was in the hospital 8 days and came out with kidneys that recovered, which they told his mother was luck more than anything. In September, I saw them at a hardware store. Toby was living with his mom full-time. He'd shot up 2 inches, and he had his hand wrapped around a bag of dog food like a kid who eats when he's hungry now. His mom recognized me before I recognized her. She didn't say much. She just said, "Thank you for not minding your business."